morning, friends. Topic in the medical law and ethics. Yesterday we had discussed regarding the basic aspects of ethics, bioethics, as well as we had discussed regarding the Medical Council of India, functions of Medical Council of India, functions of State Medical Council. Then we had also discussed regarding the professional secrecy, privilege, communication, as well as we had discussed regarding the duties of medical practitioner, as well as basic duties of the patient. And we had also see the relationship between the doctor and the patient, therapeutic relationship and the formal relationship. What is that? We had also discussed that. And Hippocratic oath that is abiding to the all doctors. That we have to keep in mind about the Hippocratic oath. The most important, another topic regarding the medical law and ethics, it's a professional negligence. That is a negligence. What do you mean by negligence? What terms about negligence? How it is different from the warning notice, professional misconduct. We have discussed regarding the professional misconduct also in the previous lecture, that it is also known as infamous conduct, in which the conduct of the doctor is disgraceful as well as dishonorable. It is also known as ethical misconduct. It is also known as ethical negligence, in which there is a punishment when occur. There will be, if the doctor proved guilty, then the punishment will be given by the State Medical Council as well as Medical Council of India. But in the case of when negligence arises, there is a criminal cases, it is that, and in which there is a IPC of 304 capital A IPC is applied against the doctor, and there will be minimum imprisonment up to 2 years with fine or with both. That basic aspects of professional negligence. It is also known as malpractice. It is also known as malpraxis. Now, what is negligence? There is a absence of reasonable care and skill. The word is that much more important. Absence of reasonable care and the skill means whatever every doctor has to apply basic knowledge in the treatment of the patient. If the doctor is not applied, reasonable degree of skill and knowledge is not applied in the treatment of the patient, and based absence of this, it will be amounting to the negligence, and the word is again, there will be gross negligence or willful negligence of a medical practitioner in the treatment of the patient, which causes bodily injury or death of the patient. So this is known as negligence. Again, it will be repeating, that is the absence of reasonable care and the skill or willful negligence of the medical practitioner in the treatment of the patient, which causes bodily injury or the death of the patient. Doing something that one is not supposed to do, act of commission, or failing to do something, act of omission, that one is supposed to do. There is a act of omission and act of commission. Act of omission means you are omitting something. There is a general basic guideline, basic needed care needed in the treatment of patient, you are omitting. For example, in the case of patient emergency and there is a burns patient, so we have to start the basic IV fluid, but you are not starting it. Person has to wear the oxygen mask. IV ABCD should be maintained in the case of poisoning, but your doctor is not maintaining that. So doctor is omitting necessary thing. This will be termed as an act of omission. And doing something that one is not supposed to do. Doctor doing extra unnecessary thing which causes sufferer to do another injury, and that causes the hurt or the disease to the patient. Doing something that one is not supposed to do, act of commission, or failing to do something, act of omission, that one is supposed to do. So these are the act of omission and act of commission. Omission, word is derived from the omitting necessary thing. Commission, it is derived from the word commitment. There will be, you are doing something that one is not supposed to do. So act of omission and act of commission applied in the case of infanticide, applied in the case of negligence. Basic aspects of the negligence is a due care. Such reasonable care and attention for the safety of the patient as their mental and physical condition may require. Due care is necessary in the case of safety of the patient. There is a, first of all, due care means reasonable care and attention for the safety of the patient. Physician fail to comply with standard of the care applicable to him in the two situations when the doctor is unjustifiable deviated from the accepted practice. For example, method, procedure and the treatment of the patient in which doctor is unjustifiably deviated from this basic purpose. And the second one, doctor is applying such basic aspects but doing unskillfully. So there will be basic skill that is required, doctor is not doing that, and that will be resulting injury to the patient, and it will be amounting to the known as negligence. As we had discussed previously that civil cases and the criminal cases, civil cases there will be dispute between the two parties, criminal cases there is a case, offences which are against the public interest. So based on that there will be civil negligence, and based on that there will be a criminal negligence. So offense against the person, property, public safety, security of the state, this will be known as criminal cases. Murder, criminal abortion, that will be known as criminal cases. While the civil case is dispute between the two parties, divorce, marriage, land dispute, whatever that, this will be known as dispute between the two individuals in which there is no such role of the government or any other. Civil negligence, it is a form of negligence in which a patient brings an action for the damage in the civil court against his medical attendant. The medical attendant who owe him duty in the treatment of the care if he had suffered injury in the consequence of negligence or the unskilled treatment. So civil negligence is the form of negligence in which the patient brings an action for the damage in the civil court against his medical attendant who own him in the treatment duty in the treatment of care if he had suffered injury in the consequence of negligence or unskilled treatment. For example, when the patient or in case of death any relative brings suit in a civil court for getting compensation from the doctor if he has suffered injury due to negligence. Whenever the doctor brings a civil suit for the getting fee from the patient or his relative who refused to pay the same alleging professional negligence. So basically in the case of civil negligence there is a dispute between the patient and the doctor in terms of money. Money asked by the patient against the doctor for arises of negligence in the treatment of the patient. Money arises, demand that is arises by the doctor in the treatment of the patient regarding the fee of the patient. Patient is not paying and the doctor sue the patient in the civil court. So both in these cases there will be money matter arises. Now there are, in the case of negligence, whenever there will be negligence, it will be 4D related, 8D related with the datura, 4D related with the negligence. So liability of negligence arises if the following conditions are satisfied. So duty, first of all, duty, there is the existence of the specific duty of the doctor in the treatment of the patient. Dereliction, the failure on the part of the doctor to maintain proper care, proper skill in the treatment of the patient, and this will be known as dereliction, means doctor is not doing his duty properly, properly applying, maintain care and the skill. Direct causation, the failure to exercise a duty of care that must lead to damage, means doctor is not applying, failure to exercise duty of care and that lead to damage. That will be proximate cause, and the damage that is occur, it will be reasonably foreseeable. Patient suffers some loss which can be measured and compensated in terms of money. The amount of damage done is a measure of extent of liability. There will be, due to damage, there will be loss of earning occur, expenses incur, means there will be more money that has been spent in the treatment of the patient. reduction in the expectation of the life. After that, getting the cure, there will be life, enjoyment of the life will be reduced. Again, enjoyment reduced and the expectation is again reduced. Loss of function of the specific part. There will be pain and the suffering. Loss of potency, sometimes resulting injury to the genital nerve, pudendal nerve, that lead to impotence. And that will be again occur as a part of negligence, or sometimes there is a serious consequence, death of the patient occur. So, based on this, the patient can sue against the doctor. Important point, there is the amount of damage done, that is a measure of extent of liability. The suit for the negligence must be filed within the 2 years. Means if there is a, whenever there is a case has been arises and the doctor faces the negligence charges, the doctor as well as patient has to take care that whatever the case is arises, it should be filed within the 2 years of the date of occurrence of case. Again, once a court that has been given the decision, it cannot be reopened in any court. It is known as res judicata. The law presumes that a person who enters the medical profession undertake to use a reasonable degree of skill, care, knowledge and the prudence in the treatment of his patient to the best of his judgment, but doctor is not liable for the error or the judgment or of a diagnosis. Now, what are the various medical negligence instances? First of all, there will be doctor has not taken failure to obtain proper informed consent. The word is informed consent. Whatever the patient has condition, it should be very well informed to the patient what measures should be taken, what treatment has to be applied, whether the therapeutic, whether the operative, what are the various side effects, all, and what is the expenses. All doctor has to give the information regarding the knowledge of the patient's disease to the patients as well as patient's relative. And after this, then whatever the procedure that has been required, there will be consent if the necessary. So doctor has not taken the informed consent. Second one, failure to examine patient himself. Doctor has not examined the patient himself and he has appointed another substitute person for the examination of the patient. So this is also amounting to the negligence charges. There will be failure to inform the patient of risk of refusal for the treatment. Fourth one, failure or the delay in the diagnosis. Making a wrong diagnosis due to absence of skill or the care. Failure to attend patient in time or failure to attend altogether. Failure to provide a substitute during his absence. Whenever there is a doctor is not available in the treatment of the patient during some work of the doctor has to provide substitute for the treatment and it should be informed to the patient also. Failure to attend patient in the time, failure to making a wrong diagnosis, failure or delay in the diagnosis. Again, making a wrong diagnosis, it's not amounting to the knowledge, but there is a wrong diagnosis. Doctor can be sued by these charges by the that is making by the patient's relative or the patient. There is a failure to immunize and to perform sensitivity tests whenever there is indicated. For example, whenever we are giving the penicillin injection, it should be necessary that it should be first sensitivity test has been applied. If doctor is not doing and after giving the injection, if there is any complication is arises, there may be a charge of the negligence on the doctor is applicable. To delegate his duty of the treating or operating upon a patient to another doctor without the consent. As I told you, there is a substitute should be provided, but if the doctor is not doing so, then there will be some charges of the negligence has been suffered to the doctor. Failure to give proper instruction, this is the most important. Failure to give proper post-operative care. The post-operative care, whatever the operation that has been done, whatever the precaution had been taken post-operatively, it should be very well informed to the patient as well as patient's relative. Failure to keep well informed of advance in the medical science, whatever the newest modality of treatment that will be available and it will be increasing from time to time. So, newest and the recent modality of the doctor, they have to know and it should be informed to the patient also and it should be, after informing, such measures should be taken. Failure to warn the patient of side effect, failure to obtain consultation whenever there is a necessary. As I told you, consultation is necessary in the negligence, in the case of poisoning, in the case of homicidal poisoning, in the case of whenever the case that is extra care has to be taken, case has turned obscure turn in the treatment. So to prevent the charges of negligence, consultation is required. But if the doctor is not doing, then it should be charges of negligence will be suffered to the doctor. Experimenting on the patient without the consent, giving overdose of medicine and giving poisonous medicine carelessly. If his negligence that is causes others to catch a disease from the patient's iatrogenic medical complication during diagnosis and the treatment, and prematurely discharging the patient without informing them, without informing to the relative. So these are the medical negligence. Mismatched blood transfusion, first of all, left upper. Second one, wrong medicine as well as wrong dose that will be given. Whenever there is a injection that has been given, that sometimes needle will be broken into the, and this needle will be stuck into the muscle. So breaking the needle while injecting. Fourth one will be there will be plaster cast that has been applied to the patient. It should be, as we are knowing, it should be not so much tight that will be hamper the venous return to the heart. So it should be properly relaxed. So too tight plaster cast again lead to compartment syndrome. Then an operation done on the wrong limb, operation done on the wrong person, anesthetic mishaps as well as burns occur due to radiation. So all these will lead known as negligence, and it will be known as, that will be gross negligence. Again, person has a hot water applying the bag, and the hot water bag causes the burns. Too much hot water, it causes the burns also. Leaving swab, surgical instrument in the body cavity. There will be amputation of the toe. There will be wrong organ operated and wrong side sometimes. So these are all will be lead to negligence charges, because these are the instances of the negligence that is done by the patient, done by the doctor. And there is a word I am suggesting that it is known as gross negligence. Means these are the basic mistake that has been, if the doctor is performing such mistake, and it will cause the deviation from his basic duty, and it will lead to negligence of the treatment of the patient. Failure to postponement of the essential diagnostic test. This will be again, if the doctor is not performing, then it will lead to damage to the patient. Failure to count swab, instrument, sponge at the end of the surgery. If doctor is not doing, if anyone remaining, and it will lead to complication, and it is known as res ipsa loquitur. Means things speak itself that doctor is negligent. Failure to give proper care and the post-operative care. Do not leave the patient unattended during labor. In the case of labor, whenever there is a patient is in labor, it is not exactly, we can say that at this time labor will proceed and the baby is delivered. We cannot say exactly. The doctor is not withdraw the case when the patient is in the labor. Never promise a patient about 100% of cure. Do not perform additional surgery unless it is in emergency. Every surgery requires a different consent. Doctor is not liable for an error of judgment or the diagnosis, for failure to cure or for bad result that may follow if he has exercised reasonable care in the skill and judgment conform to the expected medical practice. Doctor who agree to give medical advice in the treatment immediately undertake that he has possess of the skill and the knowledge for the purpose, and such a person when consulted by the patient owes him certain duty, that is the duty of care in deciding whether to undertake the case or not, duty of care in deciding whether what treatment has to be given, duty of care in the administration of that treatment. A break of any of this duty, it will lead to negligence charges. Doctrine of res ipsa loquitur, things speak itself, means by looking at the patient's disease or there will be some negligence occur in the treatment. Things speak itself that doctor is negligent. There is no such proven by the relatives or the patients. That for the doctrine of res ipsa loquitur, there will be three conditions should be satisfied. That in the absence of negligence, If there is no such negligence, then there is no such complication arises, no such diseases arises. The complication arises only and only because of negligence. Second one, doctor has exclusively control over the injury that is producing instrument or the treatment, and the plaintiff means here is the patient. Patient has not contributed in the causes of this type of negligence. So patient did not prove negligence in the case where this rule is applied, and the doctrine is applied to the both civil as well as criminal negligence. For example, in the case of tetanus, we have to give the injection anti-tetanus serum, but if doctor is not given in the case of injury, and after anti-tetanus serum is not given and the patient suffer from the injury, get additional disease known as tetanus. So it is a basically gross negligence. Second one, burns from the application of hot water bottle. Third one, prescribing overdose of medicine, producing ill effect, giving poisonous medicine carelessly, breaking of needle, blood transfusion misadventure, failure to remove the swab during the operation, and loss of use of hand due to prolonged splinting. So these are the basic aspects that we can say that this thing occurs to the patient. It is not possible if there is a negligence is not arises. There is a negligence had been arises, and there is due to negligence patient suffer complication. Calculated risk cases is that if there are every treatment has a chances that 1% or 2% has the chances of side effect or the complication. If the doctor is satisfying in the giving the explanation that this 1 to 2%, it may be your case, so that may be a doctor has been acquitted. The theory is that reciprocal hospital should not be applied when the injury complaint is of a type that may occur even though reasonable care has been taken by the doctor. This doctrine is an important difference to any doctor sue for the professional negligence who can produce expert evidence and statistics to show that accepted method of the treatment has doctor has applied, though complication had been arises in the 1% cases, and this 1% will be included in the patient's condition also. For example, 1% risk abortion के 1% risk पे amniocentesis occur. LSCS, there will be 0.1% chances of maternal mortality rate. Doctrine of common knowledge has to be applied in the case of treatment of the patient. So that the issue of negligence on the particular case is not related to the technical method which are within the knowledge of the medical profession. The patient must prove that the causative act or omission, but he did not produce evidence to establish standard of care. Means every doctor has to apply common knowledge. This is known as in the treatment of the patient, and this is known as doctrine of common knowledge. For example, in the case of poisoning, ABCD, airway, breathing, circulation, and there will be it should be properly started. In the case of emergency patient, the odds should be proper precaution should be measured. So this is known as doctrine of common knowledge. Medical malpractice, medicine deal with the human being, and there are many biological variations. If in spite of good medical attention and the care, an individual fail to respond properly, एक ही medicine के side effect हो सकते हैं, पर if the one person is stable to that medicine, there may be a no side effect occur to that patient. But if the person is sensitive, another person is sensitive, there may be a chance that minimal complication is arises due to use of medicine. So medicine, it is a deal with the human being, and there is a loss of many biological variation. In spite of good medical attention and the care, individual fail to respond properly or may suffer from adverse reaction of the drug, and this is called the medical maloccurrence. This causes extra suffering to the patient, and the doctor is not actually responsible in these cases. Inevitable accident means doctor has taken extra precaution even though the complication has arises. For example, damage, there will be operation during the removal of the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is so much vascular and so much sensitive area that there will be a recurrent laryngeal nerve is minimally adherent to the thyroid gland also. To carefully extraction, sometimes nerve may damage, so it is known as inevitable accident. Means doctor has taken extra precaution, but again accident it is not preventable. That may chances that accident has been occurred. Not avoidable by any such precaution as a reasonable man can be expected to. There is a breaking of needle during intramuscular agent due to sudden muscular spasm or damage to the recurrent laryngeal nerve during the thyroidectomy. Novus actus intervenus, the person is responsible not only for his action but also for the logical consequence of those actions. Principle apply to the case of assault and the accidental injury. If the doctor is negligent, which result in the deviation from the logical sequence of the event, then the responsibility for the subsequent disability or the death may pass from the original incident to the later negligent action of the doctor by the principle of novus actus intervenus. For example, if the person is suffering from the chest pain, he has called the doctor and the doctor has advised that please take this medicine. Doctor has given the instruction on the telephone and there will be that take this medicine and it will be cured away without seeing the patient himself. After 1 hour or 2 hours, patient again call the doctor that my chest pain is increases and it will be radiating to my left side also. Now the doctor is suspecting that this chest pain is of ischemic heart disease. So doctor advised the patient that please go to the nearby hospital, and during the transportation of the patient to the nearby hospital, if there is any accident has been occurred to the ambulance and the patient died due to this type of accident, there may be a chance that doctor is negligence. In the case of there will be negligence charges will be applied by the rule of novus actus intervenus. Again, most common example, patient is treated here for the pneumonia, for any disease, and the person is getting a hospital acquired infection. So there may be a chance that novus actus intervenus is applied in that case also. So leaving a swab or surgical instrument in the abdomen after repair of internal injury, it will be accidental substitution of poisonous drug for the therapeutic drug. For plea of novus actus, element of negligence is essential, and this plea is rarely acceptable by the court. If the victim of an assault suffers some harm due to negligence of the doctor during the course of treatment, which the original assault was not likely to cause, then the assailant will not be fully responsible for the total harm. Doctor will be held responsible for his negligent act which caused the ultimate harm. There will be criminal negligence arises. Question of the criminal negligence arises when there is a gross absence of skill or the care during the treatment, resulting in the serious injury or the death of the patient by the act of omission or by the act of commission. When a doctor performs illegal act and when the assaulted person dies, the defense may attribute the death to the negligence or the undue interference in the treatment of the deceased by the doctor. There will be, as I told you, the word for the negligence charges applied. There will be must, gross word, gross lack of competence, gross inattention, gross inaction, gross recklessness, and gross negligence in the selection and the application of remedy. Extreme departure from the treatment. For the criminal liability, negligence of the accused went beyond the matter of compensation beyond the person, and so such disregard for the life and the safety of the other as to amount, it is known as crime against justice, and that doctor will conduct deserving the punishment for the treatment. Section 304 capital A is applied in the case of rash and the negligence. Whoever causes the death of any person by doing any rash or negligent act not amounting to culpable homicide shall be punished with imprisonment up to the 2 years or with fine or with both. For example, gross example will be amputation of wrong finger, wrong part as well as wrong patient, leaving instrument, tubes, sponges or swab in the abdomen, incompetent administration of anesthesia, mismanagement delivery of the woman, performing criminal abortion, administration of wrong substance into the eye causing loss of vision. So these are all will be example of gross negligence. Difference between civil and the criminal negligence is that civil negligence is mostly sought out by giving the terms of money. Money will be mostly sought out the matter, but there is so much crime had been occurred and it will be not resolved by the money, then there will be known as charges of the criminal negligence is applied. So civil negligence, it will be not amounting to the commission of the offence, but a criminal negligence, yes, it will be amount to the criminal offence, and IPC 304 capital A is applied. Tried in the civil court, civil negligence, criminal court, negligence causes the criminal negligence had been trial in the case of criminal court. Civil negligence, criminal negligence, as we had discussed, sufferer party is a complainant, in which criminal negligence, public prosecutor, it is a complainant. Causes repairable damage or harm to the patient, it will be causes irreparable damage. There will be no such indication of gross carelessness. But again, in the case of criminal word, that is I told you, again, in the more pressure, I am putting the word gross. Gross recklessness, gross carelessness, gross negligence. Doctor is not punishable, compensate damage by the payment of the money. Doctor is punishable with either imprisonment or fine or both. Difference between professional negligence and the professional misconduct. Both are different. Professional negligence and the professional misconduct. Misconduct means your behavior with the patient is not good. It is known as professional misconduct. While in the case of treatment, your negligence causes the catching of the person is sufferer to the another complication. So it is known as professional negligence. So professional negligence, again it is known as malpraxis, while the professional misconduct it is known as ethical negligence, ethical misconduct, infamous conduct. So these are the various names. Concern duty of the doctor towards his patient, while in the case of professional misconduct there will be concern violation of courts and ethics of medical practice, dereliction of the duty in the treatment causing some damage to the patient. There is no such dereliction of the duty tried by the civil, professional, civil or the criminal case in the case of professional negligence. While in the case of professional misconduct, whatever there is a happened, warning notice will be issued by the State Medical Council. So punishment by the fine or imprisonment. While in the case of this, disciplinary action taken against the doctor, and there may be a charge of removal of name of the doctor from the medical register or the suspension of the period for doing the practice. So erasure of name or the warning notice, appeal to the High Court, while in the case of professional misconduct, it can appeal to the state or the Indian Medical Council. Corporate negligence, hospital that has been providing basic equipment, basic staff, basic instrument, basic drugs, and these all will be are not providing proper. So it will be known as hospital negligence. It is known as corporate negligence. Providing the accommodation facility necessary to carry out the charitable purpose of the corporation to follow the established standard of the conduct when the hospital provides defective equipment or the drugs, select or the retain incompetent employee, resulting in injury to a patient or whom the hospital owes a duty. Contributory negligence, in which there will be doctor's negligence as well as patient's negligence. So it is an contributory negligence. Both patients and the doctor are the negligence. Is any unreasonable conduct or the absence of ordinary care on the part of the patient or his personal attendant, which combined with the doctor's negligence contributed to the injury complained of as a direct proximate cause, and without which the injury would not have occurred. This includes on the part of the patient that patient has not given the proper history, failure to give the doctor accurate medical history. Second one, failure to cooperate with the doctor carrying out all reasonable and the proper instruction. Third one is the refusal to take the suggested treatment. Doctor has provided suggested treatment, but the patient is not taking it, leaving the hospital against the doctor's advice, discharge against medical advice, and failure to seek further medical assistance if the symptom is persist. Again, limitation, that will be contributory negligence. The last clear chance doctrine, the doctor has some minimum clear chance to avoid the negligence, but doctor is not taking that. So there will be, this doctrine is applied. It is known as doctrine of clear chance, last clear chance doctrine. And the second one, avoidable consequences rule. There will be a chance that consequences, negligence of the consequences arises, but doctor is not aware of that, and if doctor is not avoiding, doctor is not stop the treatment, but again consequences will be increasing and increasing. So it is known as avoidable consequences rule. So these are the known as limitation of the contributing negligence. Misadventure means there is the therapeutic, diagnostic and the experimental. Therapeutic means giving during the treatment there will be negligence arises. Diagnostic, when the diagnosis only is the objective at the time, and experimental, when we are applying some experimental on the patient and there is a negligence is applied. So these are the example. Hypersensitivity reaction, serious fatal may be caused by the penicillin, aspirin or the tetracycline. Radiological procedure that causes the diagnostic purpose may cause the fetal poisoning by the barium enema. Iodine therapy may cause again carcinoma. Electric equipment, hot water pad and heating pad may produce burns